Hello, welcome to the Botanical Night. This is a night on Yakushima, the famous island south to Kyushu, especially famous of its forests. These forests on Yakushima are so wonderful that these forests were the source of Miyazaki Princess Mononoke movie. So we call it Princess Mononoke Island. Yakushima is just a giant rock which goes out of the sea, and since it appears, it starts to be destroyed by wind and rain. There are two rain seasons, monsoons, which might come very soon. Today is June 10th, June 11th is tomorrow, and also the typhoons, the autumn typhoons. So both monsoons and typhoons destroy the rock, make cracks, make stones, and allow trees to grow there. So that was the source of the forest. Yakushima is a very famous place of old trees, and this is what I want to speak about. So this is one of these younger trees, young cryptomeria or sugi tree, which grows in Yakushima, and I don't think this is well unrelated with a bigger one, because almost everywhere there are very old cryptomeria trees which still give seeds to the new ones. These old trees might be empty inside because cryptomerias are rotting in the center and they completely empty and stay on margins, but they still produce seeds, and there are many descendants of these old cryptomeria trees. So I like to speak about old trees and about cutting forests. I don't think you need to be explained why forest in general is important. Forest is everything. Home for animals, source of wood, well, beautiful shade, water, everything. So people unfortunately don't like forests. In a way, they cut it. For example, in Japan, most of forest is secondary. In Europe, the forest was cut even in the Roman times. But I was very impressed to know that hills and mountains around the Russian Caucasus, Sochi, in the middle of 19th century were absolutely empty. There was a grazing place for the sheep. But then situation changed, and hills and mountains, so just 100 years, were covered with beautiful broadleaf and conifer of higher altitude forest. Why? Because the nation which inhabited that region, they like all trees. So they actually, well, initially they were pagans, and some of their gods were trees. So they guard all trees for that reason. And that was the reason why forest in Sochi area restored itself so intensively. So this is the key. Of course, the best way to treat forest is just do not touch it. Never ever cut it. But this is a bad rule, because many people, especially in poor countries, depend on the forest. They want forest for wood, they want forest for space. For example, they need to cut forest and make like a banana plantation which will support the family. So what to do? Well, keep old trees. This is a receipt. Try, if you must cut, okay, go. But keep old trees. Old trees will survive and will give rise to the younger ones. So this is very important. If you want to cut, okay, if you must cut, leave some patches. If you cannot leave patches, leave just older trees, trees which produce seeds. And if you see that video, maybe you have some influence on people who are making decisions about forests. I want to tell them, do not cut forest very clear. Many people think that if you do not cut like completely, this kind of disorder. No, this is a beautiful solution. Cut if you must, only part of the trees. Leave big trees aside. So this is a receipt, and Yakushima is a living proof that forest is restored. Of course, forest in Yakushima was partly cut, but older trees, famous older trees, were left, and forest is restoring again. If you remember Princess Mononoke, you understand, like people like Lady Eboshi, she want forest for energy. But again, if you want to cut it, leave all the trees. Thank you very much.